Hello. On the last clip, we talked about business strategy and we talked about the focus on the people. What I want to bring us back to now is that business strategy, and in particular, how we get to grow our business, fundamentally by acquiring more customers. Look, we all know that when we're out there and we've got 100 potential prospects to market to, that the sales books and the numbers will always work into a particular way. What it'll say is we'll have about 3% that will probably buy from us, and there might be a smaller percentage, normally about 6 or 7%, that will actually listen to what we have to say. And that top end 10% is where everybody is fighting it out. That's you, your competitors, everybody's going after the same piece of the pie. Fundamentally, I think there's a different way of approaching it. And what I'd like to share with you is a key strategy, a key lesson that will allow you to develop more into that market and take more customers from your competitors. So we know about the 3% and we know about the 6 to 7% that are going to be open to listen to what you have to say. What we've got below is 90%, and we can split that into three areas. We can say that there are probably about 30% that aren't thinking about your product. But if you could get to them with the right information, you could switch them. There's another 30% that potentially have never even thought about or realized that your product could be just what they need. And effectively, there's another 30% that no matter how hard you try, you will never be able to sell to them, certainly in the short to medium term. So in essence, how do we get to what is 60%, maybe 60, 70% if we can get down into this area here? And the way that we do that is fundamentally by building a different story, a core story, if you will, that takes not the technical data that you have today, but takes data that is more applicable to the market. And we land up educating these folks, educating them about the actual way in which the market works or your product addresses. We never mention your company, not till right to the end anyway, but we're talking about educating them specifically in terms of how they might need your product or service. I got to tell you, that type of data will crush technical data any day of the week. And ultimately, what we're trying to do with this 60% is also, while we're educating them, we're putting an element of pain into that presentation. We're bringing out the negatives, because it's that negative stuff that will what? Move them to action. And by building the story in that way, we then have a way of addressing ultimately a whole bunch of our market that today is not addressed. And you know what? We're still fighting it out up here, but wouldn't it be great to get into that other 60%? Imagine what that can do to your business. So next clip, I'm going to be talking about how we take the core story and we actually fit it into the overall business strategy.